First of all, I'm not a lawyer, just saying. But I'm going to talk today about AI and author copyright. So, when you write a book, you automatically own the copyright. You can send it to the copyright office, or you simply, by the act of publishing, you legally own the copyright for that particular collection of words in that particular order, in that particular binding and style. It is your work, it is your intellectual property, and it is your author's creation. So, what happens when AI companies use thousands of books like yours to train their algorithms without asking permission or paying a dime for all those words be very carefully arranged? That's conflict. That's the conflict exploding across the entire publishing industry right now. People are tearing their hairs out. So here's what's happening. AI companies they need it. Like we need food, they need a massive amounts of text to train their models. So they're feeding these systems millions of books and articles, many of which are copyrighted works. And I understand there was a large database of pirated books that turned out to be perhaps the best AI stuff out there because when they were training on technical manuals and public domain advertising and things that were out of print, they really weren't getting great results. But the books really make the AI shine when you know it. So many of these works are copyrighted and these were pirated, and the companies who took them knew they were pirated. Authors argue that this is very straightforward copyright infringement. Their work is being copied without their permission to create a commercial product that could eventually replace them. And AI companies, as I've said in videos before, counter with what's called a fair use defense. They claim that they are transforming these original works into something completely new. They are training data for AI systems. They're not in the business of writing novels. So, why are authors worried then? Authors definitely have serious concerns, and for good reason. First, it's basic fairness. Imagine spending years crafting a novel, only to have it used without your knowledge to train an AI that could generate unlimited content in your style, and you receive nothing. Second, it threatens our livelihoods. If AI could churn out books that mimic established authors or genre, publishers could flood the market with AI generated content, competing directly with human writers and not having to pay them any royalties. Hmm. And finally, there was no transparency here. Most authors have no idea if their works were included in these training data sets. But I'm going to put a link in the video to the Atlantic article that compiled a database of all the authors that they knew were trained on these data sets, and you can look up and see if yours is included. So, what's being done? Authors are not taking this lying down. Organizations like the Authors Guild are fighting back through lawsuits against major AI companies. They are advocating for laws requiring permission and payment. They are pushing for AI generated content to be clearly labeled, and they're developing new contract clauses to protect authors' rights. Meanwhile, the publishing industry is also adapting. Literary agents now negotiate specific AI clauses in contracts, and authors are keeping their AI training rates separate from traditional publishing deals. Interesting. What are they going to do with these AI training rights? So, what happens next? The courts are going to ultimately decide much of this battle, and there are already several major lawsuits working their way through the legal system. It's going to establish whether using books to train AI is a fair use or an actual copyright infringement. What's clear is that we are redefining intellectual property rights for the digital age. The question isn't just legal, it's about valuing human creativity in an era when machines can't mimic it. They have to learn from